Ladies and gentlemen, so the other day I took a position urging people to not watch the UFC fight on the White House lawn, but after a few days I realized, man, I made a mistake. But it's not what you think. It's not the position I took. The mistake I made was not explaining my position. So I'm going to. I know there are tens of millions of you out there who will agree with what I'm going to say. I don't believe our government represents us. I believe our government has been infiltrated over the decades by people with an ideology that is highly, highly racist and evil. And these elected officials and unelected officials have dual loyalty, dual citizenship. They're not loyal to the United States of America. Many of them are loyal to the political state of Israel. And Marco Rubio, Trump, and Pete Hegseth, they just went on record within the last few months informing us that we bombed Iran on behalf of Israel because Israel was going to do it anyway. So instead of playing defense, we went on offense. Several weeks before the war, before Hamas attacked Israel, Bibi Netanyahu gave a presentation, and that presentation was about the expansion of Israel's borders. Iran was the one, if only country in that region that could have prevented Israel from expanding its borders. This isn't a moral statement by me. I'm not saying what's right and wrong. I'm just stating what I believe. So our government, our military, just went and bombed Iran. 3 months later, we've tucked tail and run. Now we're throwing parties on the White House lawn, celebrating something, when I know that if the American people just turned it off, it would send a message to our government that we, the people, are paying attention. But so many of you can't turn it off. And for the parents out there who have kids in sports, I understand that. I raised 2 boys and I love taking them to their sports. However, as men, when your country has been infiltrated, has been subverted, and we can see what's going on all over our country, the craziness, and then what we're doing abroad, when do we turn off the sports? We were betrayed. And for all the people who say I have TDS, I voted for that man on 2 occasions. If we can't turn off the sports, if we can't say no to that, we have no chance of correcting course. By the way, we have $40 trillion in debt. The only reason we haven't seen hyperinflation is because the rest of the world is required to use the dollar for global trade. They buy treasury bonds. A lot of the world is saying they don't want to do that anymore. Iran just showed the rest of the world this is how you keep the 800-pound gorilla at bay. So the countries that were already planning on leaving the dollar, they're more than likely going to. And our allies, they just saw we couldn't even protect our military bases. They saw that we couldn't protect our allies in the region. So maybe they are going to start looking for new protection. And when they stop buying treasury bonds, that's when we're going to see real inflation. Turn off the sports. Send a message. This isn't going to work anymore. Keep the flashing lights. We don't want it. Here's the deal. I don't know how to fight back. We're in a lot of trouble. But I need you guys to connect with me and let's come up with solutions. You can call me names. You can tell me I'm a libtard. Tell me I need to take more COVID shots. Tell me I have TDS. I love my country, I love my family, I love my friends, and I want to find a solution on how we, the people, can take our government back from foreign interests. I'll talk to you guys later.